Hello and welcome back to another makeup related video. I'm Jennifer Mata-McMahon. In this video I thought I would share with you some of the products that I've been wanting to buy, but because I'm on my no-buy year or on my use what I have year, I can't purchase them. That's not to say that I don't want things. So I know I can't purchase anything, but I still long for things within my categories, within my 5 categories. So I have these 5 categories that I had set out myself to not purchase anything during this 2019 year. So I have had some purchases in other categories, but in the 5 categories that I have set for myself, which are makeup, skincare, clothes and shoes, houseware, and jewelry. Those are the 5 categories. I have been seeing things, especially in the makeup category. So I thought I would share with you the things that I've been seeing that have been coming out makeup-wise that I wish I could purchase. And I have added up the cost that would have entailed had I purchased these items that I am sort of lusting over and looking at and thinking, oh, I know for a fact that if I were not on the no-buy, I would completely have purchased these products because they're interesting, because I like them, because they look beautiful, and so on. So yeah, let's get into it. So I have them here in front of me, the list of things, because every time I would see something that would come out, or someone would post it or do a video on them, or they would talk about them as things that they might want to purchase, or on Trend Mood they would post pictures of them on the Instagram accounts, or other influencers would post pictures of it. I would see them and say, okay, I wish I could get that, right? So mainly makeup, right? So the first thing that I would love to purchase if I could is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder Blush in Vivid Flush. So this is a new one that came out, and it's really pink. It's bright. It seems like it would be great for the spring and summer, which we're not there yet, so I wouldn't have a need for it right now. I wouldn't have a need for it ever because I have over 40 or is it 50 blush products. So obviously I don't need it. It's just this is things that I'm pining over because I want them, not because I need them, obviously. Obviously meaning if you saw what I'm starting off with, it's obvious that I don't need any more makeup in my life, right? But anyhow, regardless of the fact, I'm looking at these products and thinking if I were not on my no-buy year, I would want to purchase them. So the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder Blush in Vivid Flush is one of them that I saw and thought, beautiful. This is $38, right? One blush. The other thing that I thought of actually purchasing before the no-buy year, when I was sort of stocking up on things that I wanted to have for this year, is the NARS Climax Mascara. Everybody raves about it, everybody talks about it, says that it's wonderful, says it's their favorite mascara. They say that it's better than anything they've tried before. Some people have said that it's better than the IT Cosmetics Superhero, which is my favorite high-end mascara. And I'm intrigued. You know, I'm really intrigued about that mascara. The smaller size of that is $11 and the larger size is $24. And I would probably buy the mini, the $11 one, but had I, liked it, I probably gone for the larger size, which is $24. So that's another thing that I wish I could purchase and try. The Lisa Eldridge The Ultimate True Velvet Collection is something that is sold out. She said that she's going to bring it back perhaps sometime this year. But I missed out on it. And I missed out on it because, and it came out last year. So I could have bought it then because I wasn't on the no-buy then. But I'm not much of a red lip wearer. says the girl that's wearing the red lip right now. I don't use red on a daily basis. I don't wear red lipstick a lot. And I figured with the ones that I have, which are about like 5 or 6, for someone who doesn't wear red lips, having 5 or 6 red lipstick or lip products is kind of like a lot. And for someone who doesn't wear them, I already have what I would wear in, you know, in the amount of time that I'm gonna have before they go bad. So I figured I'm not gonna buy them. They're all red, they were all red, but now everybody's talking about them. They say how wonderful they are. They're out of stock, they're gone basically, and I kind of feel like I missed out. So the FOMO is strong with these, and I actually did miss out. I completely missed out on them, but they were 75 pounds, so it wasn't, you know, cheap. But I wish I would have purchased those. The Dior Forever Perfect Foundation Broad Spectrum with SPF 35 is a $50 foundation. It's Dior, which is one of my favorite high-end brands. I think I would like to try this foundation. I'm having an issue right now with my foundations that it's because of the weather basically, but it's also because of my skin. I have combo skin. So there's areas of my skin that are dry, there are areas of my skin that are normal, and there are areas of my skin that get oily. But because the oily areas of my skin are the ones that I tend to think about, and the ones that I want to control, and the ones that I want to cover, and the ones that I want, you know, help with, I tend to go for mattifying, pore filling kinds of foundations. And some of those foundations are fuller coverage foundation, which I don't necessarily love, but they mattify and they claim to do so. So if I look at the foundations that I have, a lot of them are in that category. And because it's winter, my face is extra dry. So those kinds of foundations that are full coverage or that are mattifying don't look particularly good on me right now because my face is drier than it usually or typically is because of the weather. And the heat and, you know, the indoor heat and all that's happening during the winter time. What I'm finding too is I was using the only moisturizing ones that I had, like the It Cosmetics foundation or a CC cream. I've been using that one and I'm completely out of it. And actually I have here in this list a couple products that I wish I could replenish. So they're not new ones that I wish I could try, like these ones that I'm mentioning, but they're ones that I wish I could replenish. And the It Cosmetics CC cream is one of them because of that, because of my issue with my skin, my foundations right now, and not finding a foundation that is sort of dewy enough to not feel or look cakey and dry and kind of too much makeup on my skin, like the ones that I have that are fuller coverage and mattifying. So that Dior Foundation Forever Perfect Foundation is one that I would really want to try. That is an SPF 35, but I know there's one that is a luminous one, and maybe, I don't know, like a mix between those two would be perfect for my skin right now. Another thing is the Dermalogical Hydra Blur Primer. That is $48, kind of expensive for a primer, but I've heard praises to this primer, and I think that because I tend to go for blurring, pore minimizing kinds of products in general, face products in general, be it a primer, be it a foundation, or be it a powder, this would be great for me. And I really wish I could try it because I really have heard great things about it. Along the same lines of primer, the Peter Thomas Roth Skin to Die For No Filter Mattifying Primer and Complexion Perfector. I mean, mouthful right there, right? That one is $28, and I've also heard really good things about it. So that one's not as expensive as the Dermalogica one, and I think that could do what I need it to do, which is mattify and fill my pores, especially in my nose and along the sides of my nose. That's where I need the help. with the pores and the mattifying and the oil production. It's right there. It's right in this area. It's not even my T-zone because my forehead never gets oily. My chin never gets oily. It's just like right here. And basically my nose. This area right here doesn't get oily, but you can see the pores from space. So I need a primer that will hide the pores, or a foundation or a powder, or all three, or a combination of everything that would help hide the pores, right? So I think those primers could help. Or at least I would love to try them. The Versali is another primer. This one's an expensive one at $54. It's a Skin Tune Blur Perfecting Primer Serum. So it's a liquidy primer, but I've heard everybody that's reviewed it, and these are influencers that I trust and that I've been following for years, and from whom I've taken recommendations before, and they've worked for my skin type. And they say that the Versali one is a really good one too. So 3 primers that I wish I could purchase, try, see if they work for my skin, and so on. The Marc Jacobs Omega Bronzer Coconut Perfect Tan. This one has been out forever and people rave about it, and I was about to purchase it for myself, like a gift from me to me on my birthday back in October. And I didn't, because I thought I have so many bronzers. I don't need another bronzer. This one's so expensive. It's $49. It's huge. So when am I going to go through it? You know, like is it going to go bad before I even get to it or finish it? And that would kill me to buy a $48 bronzer and not use it all. But I still have my butter bronzer, which I love, and I have an e.l.f. bronzer, which is really good. I have that Tarte bronzer, what is it, Park Avenue bronzer that I love as well. I have so many bronzers that I really like that I really don't need another one. So I never bought this one. But now, knowing that I can't buy it for the entirety of 2019 has me thinking, I wish I could buy it. I wish I had bought it. I wish I had it, you know. One thing that just came out that is new is the Milani baked blushes. They got 2 new colors, or they set out 2 new colors, Petal Primavera and Sunset Passion. They're $7.99, so they're not going to break the bank, but there are 2 blushes that I don't need. I have all of the Milani baked blushes, and I rarely use them. The one that I use the most is Luminoso, and that's the first one I bought, and I should have just stopped there because that's the one I use. The other ones I have and I don't necessarily use, but I saw these 2 and the colors are so nice, and I wish I could get them, but obviously I can't. On the primer, I think I'm on a primer kick because there's these 2 other products are primers as well. The Tatcha, the Silk Canvas Protective Primer, the mini one. I would purchase the mini one. If I could purchase that, I would purchase the mini one, which is $20. Again, to try it out, to see how perfecting it is, how silky smooth it leaves my skin. And along that same line, I would buy the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, which a lot of people are saying that is a dupe for the Tatcha one, and compare them. I would love to do a comparison, say half of the face with one and half of the face with the other, and compare and see if I could see a difference between how blurring they are and how perfecting they are. I would love to get those. The e.l.f. one is $8, so if it is a good dupe for it, it's wonderful because of all the money that you can save buying the e.l.f. one instead of the Tatcha one. So those are the things I wish I could buy right now, either because when they came out I missed out on them, or because they're new releases that are newly out there that I would love to try out. The products I wish I could replenish are the IT Cosmetics CC Cream that I was talking about before. That is a $38 purchase. I've purchased that CC Cream several times. I had the medium color one that I used in the summer, and then I bought the light one that has a perfect color for me for the winter, and I love that CC cream. I love it because it's moisturizing, and because even though I have to powder my nose more frequently than with a mattifying foundation, it has this it looks like skin. Your face doesn't look caked up when you're wearing it. And the other thing is that it's really light coverage, at least for me. I know that some people say, oh, this has the coverage of a foundation. I don't find that that's the case. I don't think it covers much, but it leaves my skin feeling really fresh and healthy looking, and that's what I like about it. But I'm out of it, and I can't buy another one because I have so many foundations that I can't repurchase it. And the other thing that I wish I could repurchase is the Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing Primer, which I am almost out of. I'm like squeezing, and the last time I squeezed to use it, it barely came out. So I know that I'm out of that primer, or will be out of it pretty soon. So yeah, so those are the products that I wish I could purchase if I were on the no-buy, and I would probably purchase them if I were not on the no-buy. So what I did was I added them all up to see how much money would I have spent if I had bought all these primers that I want to try, and all these foundations, and all of these blushes, and the bronzer and those lipsticks that I just talked about. So if I were to purchase all of these things, the lipsticks would be the 75 pounds, but everything else added up would be $411.98. Okay, let that sink in. $411.98, and 75 pounds for the Lisa Eldridge lipsticks. All of that would have been my expenditure if I had not been on the no-buy year, and if I had allowed myself to buy all this. I don't think I would have purchased all of these primers in the same month because there are just too many, and even with my compulsiveness of trying new things and buying new makeup, I don't think I would have bought 5 or 6 primers on one go, because I know that I wouldn't have time to test them all out, to use them all up before they went bad, and so on and so forth. So I would probably have had chosen between all these primers and chosen 1, 2, maybe 3 of them, maybe replenished the one I knew I loved and bought a couple more to try them out to see if they were good for my skin, or if they helped me out. But yeah, $411.98 and plus 75 pounds. That would have been what I had spent had I not been on my no-buy year. And well, thankfully for my bank account, I am on a no-buy year, and I didn't buy any of these things. They're on my list, and it will be interesting to see if by the end of 2019 I still am interested in some of these, and I would still want to buy any of them or all of them. We'll see, I guess. It'll be interesting to check back at the end of the year. So that is it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here, and I will see you again soon. Bye.